Good morning, students. Today we will start chapter number 7, that is control and coordination. Now in this chapter we will study different topics such as what is control and coordination, what is human nervous system, what are the different nerves are present in the nervous system, what is reflex action, endocrine system, hormones secreted by the endocrine system, plant movements, and the plant hormones that are also known as phytohormones. So first let's start. Now first of all, what do you mean by these two words, that is control and coordination? Control, it is the power of restraint and regulation by which something can be started, slowed down or stopped. And what is this coordination? It is the orderly working of different but interrelated parts so as to perform one or more activities smoothly. So you can see the difference between the control and coordination. Now, what is stimuli? Stimuli can be termed as the changes in the environment to which living organisms respond are called stimuli. For example, the living organisms or we humans, we respond to heat, cold, sound, smell, taste, touch, pressure, gravity, water, etc. So this living organism respond to the stimuli in the form of body movements. Okay, now whenever we are experiencing extreme heat or the cold or the severe sound is there, we are responding by some kind of movement or by some kind of interaction. So this heat, cold, sound, they are known as stimuli, and in reaction to this stimulus, whatever the action that is provided by the living organism, that is known as the response. Now next, that is the coordination. For a proper response to a stimulus, many organs in the body should work together. The working together of various organs in an organism to produce a proper response to a stimulus is called coordination. Previously we have seen the definition of coordination. This is the better explanation of the word, that is coordination. Now in animals, control and coordination is done by the two systems involving first, that is the nervous system, and second, that is the endocrine system. Whereas in plants, control and coordination is done by chemical substances called plant hormones, which are also known as phytohormones. So students, please remember, in animals, both this control and coordination, it is done by two systems. One is nervous system and one is endocrine system. Now what is the role of this nervous system? It sends signal from one part to the another. Okay, generally from brain to the different parts of the body the signals are sent. Okay, and that signals are being sent through this nervous system. And what is the work of this endocrine system? Endocrine system basically consists of the endocrine glands. Through this endocrine glands, this gland, they will secrete the hormones, and these hormones, they are acting as a chemical messengers by which the messages are sent at the particular site. So this is how control and coordination takes place in the animals. Now in plants, this control and coordination is done by chemical substances. Why? Because plants do not have well developed nervous system. That's why they are having certain specific chemical substances which are known as plant hormones, okay, or phytohormones. Now how this coordination in animals is done? In animals, control and coordination is done by the nervous system and endocrine system, as we have seen. The nervous system includes brain, spinal cord and nerves. Now what are these receptors? These are the sense organs which receive the stimuli and pass the message to the brain or spinal cord through the sensory nerves. Receptor means we have the different receptors in the bodies which are capable of recognizing the proper stimulus, and when they are identifying the proper stimulus, what happens? They send the message to the brain or spinal cord, and in response the brain and spinal cord will send again the message, and due to that our response it is provided. Now there are different kind of receptors. For example, photoreceptors in the eyes to detect light. Second, phonoreceptors in the ears to detect sound. Third, olfactory receptors in the nose to detect smell. Gustatory receptors in the tongue to detect taste. Tangoreceptors in the skin to detect touch. Okay, so these are the 5 main types of the receptors that are present in our body in order to detect different particular stimulus. Now effectors, what do you mean by the effectors? They are the muscles and the glands which respond to the information from the brain and spinal cord through the motor nerves. This is very much simple, I think so. Sensory nerves. Now there are basically 3 types of nerves are there. Sensory nerves, motor nerves, and third one, that is the mixed nerves. What are the sensory nerves? These are the nerves which carry information from receptors, that is sense organs. Now which are our sense organs? You are knowing, students, in a better way, that is skin is there, okay, then nose, tongue, all this, they are the sensory organs. So these nerves means the sensory nerves, they carry the information from the receptors, that is the sense organs, to the brain and spinal cord. Motor nerves, they are the nerves which carry information from brain and spinal cord to the effector, that is muscles and brain. Means whatever the information that is gained by this sensory nerves, this information will be interpreted by the brain, and again brain will send the signal to this effector muscles via motor nerve. I hope, student, this topic is clear to you.